Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Once again, we have Dr. James Hardt with us, and I'm so excited to have you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Doug. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with you.
Oh, yeah, I always learn so much, and I know everybody else that watches this does as well. So, Dr. Hardt, one of the questions that we get quite often is a concern that people have, and it's a valid concern because when you talk about the Biocybernaut technology, we're talking about the world's most advanced technology, and what people want to know is this going to change my personality? Is it going to change who I am? Is this going to alter me? What would you say to that?
Yes, yes, yes.
And that's a wrap. No.
And then with some explanations. One of the things that is common to everyone who comes for Biocybernaut training is that they're interested in change in some area in their life. Some people are looking at improved performance. They want to be smarter. They want to be more creative. They want to be better in relationships. And they want to have less anxiety, less fear, less anger. All of these are natural outcomes of the Biocybernaut training. And will this change your personality? Yes, it will. And personality, I look at as an operating system. And you can have different operating systems loaded in your brain, in the hardware. Like, for example, if your computer is running DOS or Unix or Linux or Windows, it performs differently, even though it's the same hardware. When I was first discovering that when you change your brainwaves, your personality changes in profound and beneficial ways, other people, other scientists were studying multiple personalities who might be a female body, but it could have several different personalities. It could have Linda and Jane and Bill that all take turns operating this body. And when Linda's in charge, the body cannot drink orange juice. It can't handle orange juice, can't peel oranges without breaking out into red hives. But if Alice or Bill are running the body, they can pick oranges, they can drink orange juice, they can peel oranges. And so the personality is something that is like an operating system. And operating systems can have bugs. And so Biocybernaut helps you to debug the system software that you're running. And so if you have anxiety or anger or fear, after the Biocybernaut training, these will be dramatically reduced, below average in many cases. And so, yes, it changes personality where negative qualities are reduced and positive qualities are increased. Now, the deeper part of the question is, will it change who I am? Mm-hmm. That's a very, very deep question because, well, who are you? One of the things that we ask people on the day one of the training is to close their eyes and to get in touch with who they are. Who do you think yourself to be? Are you a man? Are you a woman? What is your ethnicity, your nationality, your education level? Are you a parent? Are you a child? Get in touch with who you are. We give them a minute or so, minute and a half to do that. And then I say, okay, open your eyes and come back. And then I say, who you think yourself to be, you will know at the end of this week you never were that person. You're far more loving, you're far more aware, you're far more conscious, you're far more kind, you're far more understanding, and you're smarter and you're more creative. And so people like that. Now, we could be philosophical and say, well, who you fundamentally are never changes. Well, that may be, and I'm open to that possibility, but operating systems can have bugs, and this helps you get rid of the bugs in your operating system so you can be happier and more creative and maybe, well, for example, who you are when you're hungry and grouchy and you haven't had enough sleep and you just got an eviction notice, okay? That's a different person than you are say at your birthday party where your family and friends have gathered around and, you're the center of attention, everybody's sending you this love. And so these are different forms of you. I remember a lady psychologist once said, we are all bouquets of personalities. And so the good qualities of you become more accessible, and you can feature them, you can live in them, you can experience those more frequently, more regularly, more often after your Biocybernaut training.
Well, that's fantastic. And Dr. Hardt, what that makes me think of is, how often we upgrade our smartphone, whether it be an iPhone or an Android.
New operating system.
Exactly, a new operating system coming in there. And, my experience with my Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 training that I went through was you get to upgrade your operating system, but in a way that is consciously in the direction that you want to go.
Mhm.
And it's much more directed, I would say.
Well, and that's a very important point, because sometimes, on rare occasions, people come in and they say, I want you to fix me. And I go, well, for example, let's say you want to improve your smile. Well, for that, a mirror is a perfect feedback device. You can stand in front of the mirror, but the mirror isn't going to make you smile. You have to try things. You have to initiate things. You have to pull muscles in your face, and then you look in the mirror and you get immediate feedback. And then you learn which patterns of muscles to pull to make the smile that you want to make. And so long ago, when I was still in university, maybe even as a grad student, the technology was more primitive, and it wasn't, the wires were exposed, and I had college students coming in. And so I'd be putting on electrodes and sitting next to all of the technology and the wires. And this college student was very impressed by the setup. And he went into the chamber and he sat down and he jutted out his jaw and he goes, okay, do it to me. And I just laughed. I said, no, this is a mirror. You have to try things, and then you'll get feedback on what you do, and you'll learn what to do, and you'll learn what not to do. You'll learn what to stop doing, and you'll learn how to do and be more of the things that you want to do and be.
I love it.
Participatory. The training, the technology does not do anything to you. It is a mirror for your mind, and then you're encouraged. We have very skilled trainers who are coaches, and they help you to try things, and then the feedback tells you the effects of those things. Things
Beautiful.
you like, you do more of.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dr. Hardt, as always, you're so gracious with your time. Thank you for all that you do for all of us and everybody out there. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Doug.
Hi, I'm Tony Robbins. Listen, if you are looking to improve your brain, your psyche, your ability, your emotions, your ability to really maximize your performance, and you want to really dig into your brain, my dear friend, Dr. Jim Hardt, and his Biocybernaut program is extraordinary. I've been through it myself. My wife Sage has, members of my family have, and we found it to be truly extraordinary. But it is not for the faint at heart. Unless you're dead serious about really taking things to the next level, don't bother. We went through the Alpha program designed to maximize your ability to create alpha waves. And it was challenging, and it was incredibly rewarding. And I'd recommend it to anybody serious about improving the quality of their lives, or including the quality of their family lives as well. So check out Cybernaut, check out Dr. Jim Hardt. And if you do, I think you'll be really, really pleased. And the entire time you are learning to think, and how you think these electrodes create sounds. And you learn how to put yourself in the zone of alpha. But it's a bitch. It's horrible. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody that wants easy experiences, but I'd recommend it to anybody that wants to grow immensely. And by the first day, I'm like, who do I got to shoot to get out of this thing? Oh, it's me. I'm the one that did this shit. Right? But by the end of the week, all three of us were able to go into this state of alpha. And if you're familiar with alpha, the best way I can describe alpha is there's no problem that can't be solved in alpha. Because every problem that we have was created by us.
Thank you for being here and absorbing this information about the science of brainwaves and about the stories of people whose lives have been beneficially altered, improved by doing brainwave training at Biocybernaut. And now I'm reaching out to you to invite you to come and be a part of the Biocybernaut adventure. Biocybernauts are to inner space what astronauts are to outer space. So come and adventure with us. And if you'd like to leave a comment on the videos, you can do that, or there's a link you can click if you'd like to learn more. We welcome you to Biocybernaut.